we are joined here by another Kick streamer. Can you give me an introduction?
My name is Desiree. I go by Lady Desiree on Kick and socials, and I've been streaming for a long time. I started out in the Destiny community back when Destiny first started, so like back in 2015, and was on Twitch. I was on Mixer, went back to Twitch, and now I'm on Kick. It's a very, very quick, quick overview. But I've been doing piano. I actually started out in content creation from doing an arrangement of a piece from Destiny on YouTube, and it went viral on YouTube. And I learned about streaming, and then I started streaming Destiny, and then I switched to music once Twitch like started its creative directory.
So when you streamed on Twitch, okay, did you see a lot of success?
Well, I guess it depends on what you define as a lot of success. I felt like I had some success. Yes, it was a little tricky in the beginning with the music directory because it was so small, but it did grow, and I think I did pretty well for a music streamer, to be perfectly honest. I did have a hard time getting into the partnership program, which was really frustrating. I met the metrics several times and I kept getting denied, so I was frustrated by that. And so I went over to Mixer, and I actually did really well on Mixer, and then came back to Twitch, and I just got really tired with a lot of the politics over on Twitch, and that's what ultimately brought me over to Kick.
Yeah, I do agree with you. Like, it's really hard to get partnered on Twitch because, like, I had some friends that reached the stats, never accepted. So I do understand. Do you think like there's clicks? Is there clicks on
Kick
Twitch?
or on Twitch?
Twitch,
On Twitch.
Twitch.
There's clicks everywhere you go. You know, there really are. And but definitely I felt I mean, how deep do you want me to go? Because I can go pretty deep with all my
You can talk about
with
anything.
all my
Like
lore.
you're teaching us because like I don't think there's a lot of like Twitch haters that watch me, but like I just want to ask you, like I'm trying to work out what's the differences between Kick and Twitch.
Okay, well, I mean, I'll be quite honest. I got a little political on Twitter, on X, and that started to really hurt me in my Twitch world. And I felt like on Twitch at the time, and it was kind of like at the height of a lot of really controversial stuff with COVID and everything. And I felt like and I didn't really even feel like I was saying anything that crazy. I felt like I was just like, hey, let's all, respect each other's decisions on stuff related to COVID, and that was enough to feel like I got blacklisted very, very quickly. And that was from some of the top music streamers, definitely the Destiny crowd, relationships I made at Bungie, and I felt like that hurt me really badly. And I didn't like that at all because I didn't feel like I came at it from an aggressive point of view. I thought what I said was very logical and like just normal, but that was not acceptable. And I felt like there was definitely a clique associated with certain politics on Twitch for sure. And so that's kind of what brought me over to Kick, is I was like, it's not like I necessarily need like the other extreme, but I do want to be in a place where I feel like I can post something pretty normal and not feel like my career is at stake for it.
So you had to agree with one line of thinking. If you don't agree with that line of thinking, they push you out. I get you.
Yep. Yeah.
And when you streamed on Twitch, right, you just did music.
I started out with Destiny, so I played the game Destiny for about a year, I think, and then I switched to piano. But I mean, this was way, way far back. Like I said, like in 2015.
Dang. I've played Destiny ever since the beta. Like when it first came out. And I only stopped playing it after you killed the witness. Then I was like there's nothing else to do, at that point.
Yeah, I have a very funny relationship with Destiny because on the one hand, that's what started this whole path for me. And I was really, really tight with Bungie, and they'd invited me out to their big Destiny 2 reveal out in California. I went out to Bungie a couple times, the studio. Um, so I became friends with all the big Destiny streamers, some who started out in Destiny. I won't name names, but are extremely large now. Extremely large now. So I kind of knew a lot of people way back when and had a lot of relationships with a lot of people. But I felt like when all my stuff sort of, when I kind of went through this weird cancellation thing, I just got completely either unfollowed, like outright blocked, unfollowed, or ghosted by all of them. So that was just, it was a really weird, painful experience. And so it kind of leaves me in a weird place with the game Destiny. You know what I mean? So like I on the one hand, I love the game. I'd love like if there was ever a new Destiny game that came out in the future, I would love to play it. But I also just feel like a lot of weird feelings about it. So I don't know.
So then I'll ask you some questions based on that. How did it
Sure.
feel, for example, to actually let's rewind that. Why Destiny? There's many games you could have like played the official soundtracks, like connected yourself to, right? Why Destiny?
Well, I didn't set out for this. That's the interesting thing. So, actually, what happened was my father, who was a concert pianist, I was very, very close to, and a music professor, passed away in 2014. And I actually had not been playing the piano. I teach piano lessons, but I hadn't been playing the piano for fun for a while. It was like actually very painful for me. And I was playing the game Destiny, and I fell in love with one of the songs that was playing while you're in orbit. And I just like felt extremely compelled to go play it at the piano. And I looked to see if there's any sheet music out there. I couldn't find any sheet music. So I just came up with my own rendition. And I thought, you know what, I'll just post this on YouTube with some sheet music in case anyone else is looking for it, because it's great music. And I did. And somebody found it, posted it to the Destiny Reddit. It blew up on there. Marty O'Donnell, he's the composer for the Halo, and he was working for Destiny at the time. He got wind of it, he retweeted it, and so it just kind of blew up. And I didn't even know about streaming at that time. I was playing with some friends online, and they're the ones that told me like, hey, you should just, this is blown up, you should like start streaming the game Destiny too. Because at that point, like Destiny YouTubers were contacting me and asking me to do more Destiny arrangements. And so I kind of like just sort of got adopted into the Destiny community. And so I didn't really like seek out. I mean, I've been playing my whole life, but I wasn't making game music for the piano. I just kind of stumbled upon it, and I fell in love with it. I really, really fell in love with it. When I started live streaming piano, there were definitely a lot of video game pieces I did know, but I was worried that I wouldn't even be able to fill up like an hour's worth of a stream. And now I have like, I mean, so many songs that I've learned. So it was just by people requesting and saying, hey, have you tried the Skyrim music? Have you tried this? And, I would just try more and more stuff and learned it. And that's sort of kind of how it all evolved. But I definitely don't only play Destiny music. I hardly ever play it anymore. But so I play, and I don't just play video game music too. I play just everything. But that is sort of where I guess you could say my expertise is in video game music.
Yeah, true. If you watch her stream, she plays like classical music, and then I heard music like from movies, like you did Braveheart yesterday. I think it was yesterday. And then you also do, as I said, game music as well, which is so interesting, really, really interesting. So you met up with these other influencers, right? And then, as you said, you saw these people growing up and like, becoming bigger. Did you always want to be a streamer, or did you think about maybe uploading your renditions onto YouTube, for example?
I actually do have my renditions on YouTube. So when I first started out, I actually was really focused a lot more on YouTube and put some more of my time and energy. But then I felt like I was just making more money from live streaming. So I started to focus more on that. At this point, I'm really trying to diversify as much as possible. I still have my YouTube page, but what I'm doing now is I'm taking like highlights from the streams for like 2 weeks and uploading them back to back. So it's like an hour's worth of music of some of the best ones and uploading them to YouTube. What I'm going to start doing after I have a couple of those, I might even start next week, is I'm going to start a live music station on Kick. So with just those, so I won't be live per se, like live, but you'll be seeing videos on the screen, but just back to back songs. So that way, if people want to like have music playing in their own streams or whatever, I don't really, people can use it. It's DMCA free, so that way they can still utilize it. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on YouTube too. So I do still have the YouTube stuff going. I think it is important to try and like use as much as you can. And I've got TikTok also and Instagram. So yeah. But I mean, Kick is definitely where I am earning the most for sure.
Exactly, guys. It's really hard to play the piano. So yeah, it's a W. I think you are right about that. I've seen so many channels also, like 24-hour channels. Like if you grabbed all the VODs of you playing and then you had a channel where it just rotates. You're not even there and it's capitalizing. So yeah, that's a really good idea. You talked about DMCAs. I'm interested about that. So when you played on the piano on Twitch, did you ever get in trouble there?
I never got in trouble, but the only thing I got to be careful about is sometimes I play over a track. Hold on a second. We have a horrible thunderstorm going on right now. Oh no, that's just a Amber Alert. Okay. Do you get Amber Alerts? I guess.
Yeah, I do.
Where are you in America? I didn't know if you were in America or not.
I'm in South Korea.
Oh, okay. Do they call them Amber Alerts there too?
Same. It even makes the same sound. But like we get it for anything. Like if there's like a level 4
so just like alert
earthquake, we still get it.
Okay, gotcha. So in America, there's a specific alert. It's called an Amber Alert for a child abduction because it was named after a girl that was abducted a long time ago. But anyway, we're actually under a severe thunderstorm warning, so I thought it might be a tornado warning. So we're okay.
Don't take it out while we're interviewing.
Hey, it would make great IRL content, right? You definitely could clip that. I forgot what I was saying though. What was I talking about?
So yeah, we were talking about the DMCAs. I was just curious.
Oh, right. Yeah, so if I play over a track, so sometimes I'll like add piano to a track, which is pretty fun. It's just a different experience. I did that with some of the Ice Poseidon songs that you mentioned. So when I do that, I have to be a little bit more careful with DMCA stuff. And so on Twitch, as long as I didn't keep the VODs, I was okay. So it's a little bit dicey. Now, as everything I'm playing though is for piano solo, I'm coming up with my own renditions as I play. So like I can't be copying somebody. I couldn't even play it for you the same way the second time. I don't even know what I'm doing. It's just I'm coming up with it as I play. So I don't have to worry about that, which is good.
So how do you think about like doing collaborations? Because like Kick also has this music scene. I think we talked about this before though. Pretty much like I know of Amaze and Dub's music at DreamHack, they were even singing, So I want to ask you, like, what do you think about the music scene on Kick?
The music scene on Kick is almost non-existent. Dubs and Amaze are great. They don't really stream music though, hardly ever anymore. They do mostly GTA, which is it's totally fine. I'm not faulting them for that, but we don't really have a lot of musicians. There are a couple. Destro is one of my very good friends. He plays the guitar. He's amazing. Grim, you probably know Grim. He's on in the late evenings for me, so I don't get to see him often. Sorry, I think that I don't know that was my alert or your alert, but I just got some alert just went off. There are a couple others. I am trying to do some work. We are working on trying to do some more collabs. Echoes is a great singer. He does some music streams from time to time, but it's really small. It's really, really small. I mean, I do have a lot of faith in Kick, so I'm sticking here. I'm glad to be here. I don't really get scared off by small directories because I've done this already. I did it on Twitch when it first started. I did it on Mixer when it first started, and I'll do it again on Kick. It always grows. Like, everyone loves music. It's the universal language. I'm not concerned. I know it will grow in time. But I will say all the way that all those directories did grow was that we did have a lot of support from outside music streamers, like my own channel. I would get big raids from other gamers. And that's what brought people into the music directory to even see like, oh, like music streams are kind of fun, you know, and they're relaxing and they're a good time. So I do hope that like that'll continue on Kick too. But I have felt a lot of support, and I'm grateful for that.
Have you been able to convert the people, like to bring them from Twitch to Kick?
To be honest, I didn't really work hard on that. I felt like I kind of left in a bit of a I would say like an emotional state. When I made the switch from Twitch to Mixer, I was much better. I like hyped it up a big time that I was going over to Mixer. I did like a slow transition. So I brought over a good group. When I went from Twitch to Kick, it was like, am I going to quit streaming at all, or am I going to go ahead and try out Kick? And that was sort of where I was at, because I was, I just gone through this cancellation and I was just, over it. I did not want to go on Twitch. I just didn't even want to be live on there. So I did not do a very good job of being patient and doing like the streams on Twitch to bring people over or anything like that. Since then, I have done a couple of restreams to Twitch, but it's not often. But I have, I've had my Discord, and I've had my Twitter account is pretty large, well, somewhat large. So I feel like I've got people can find out what I'm doing if they want to. So I brought some, I have some people who have been with me for a long time. My mods especially that did follow me over, but not a lot. That's okay. I'm not concerned. I'd rather start over anew with people who I feel like aren't, here I am. If you like me, follow. If you don't, then don't follow. It's fine. But I don't really want to play any of the weird games on Twitch where it's like, okay, you have to like walk the line so carefully. And if you step out just a little bit, we're not going to like you anymore. Like, I'm over that, I just want to be with people who are just normal. So I don't know if I'd call the Kick crowd normal, but I think they are more normal than Twitch people.
I've heard this too, but like, I don't know, dude. I don't think there is a normal. My opinion, there is no normal. There is no normal. Doesn't exist.
Humans are weird. Humans are really, really weird. That's definitely my big take that I have discovered the older I get, for sure. So, everyone's a little crazy. But I think at the end of the day, we just need to be able to like try and set your emotions aside somewhat and have conversations and not flip out if somebody doesn't think exactly like you on every little subject,
Okay, I gotta ask one hard question, right? You're a female streamer. How often do you get crazy dudes in your chat?
I mean, I get if I'm on front page time, I will definitely get comments. But I've been doing this for so long. It's just kind of, it's like, I guess it doesn't go in one ear and out the other. It goes through like eyes and through one eye and out the other eye, I guess. I don't know, since you're seeing it. But, I'm just so desensitized at this point. I have like auto mod on. So a lot of times stuff doesn't even get seen. I mean, a lot of times people see my name, Lady Desiree, and about 90% of the time they read it as Lady Desire instead of Desiree. Desiree is my actual name. And I will say, like, Lady Desire definitely gives off a completely different vibe that I am not going for. So, I'm not, I don't want to like, this is no like, I'm not trying to cast any shade on the female streamers on here that do like the hot tub streams or anything like that. But that's definitely not my thing at all. So I think some people come in and then expect that's what it is, and they'll test the waters, and they find out very quickly that that's not gonna be how it's gonna go. So but it's really not that big of a deal to me because I've been doing it for so long. Honestly, it was worse on Twitch when I first started, is the truth. It was much, much worse. So like what I get on front page, about a number of comments I get on when I'm on front page, is about the numbers I would get on Twitch on a regular stream with like maybe 30 or 40 people in a stream, to give you an idea. So that's like, so you know, it was much worse back in the day. I'm fine. I'm not concerned. I've been told I'm too fat. I've been told I'm too skinny. I've been told everything under the sun, good, bad, the ugly. I've been told it. I don't care. I think I'm great. So I'm not going to worry about some rando on the internet.
That's good. You see, you've been streaming for a long time, so like you built up that layer, you know, that layer that you need, that thickness that you need against some of these trolls, some of the trolls. Now we also
Yeah.
front page right now, so people that are coming in, please go follow. We pinned her channel, so please go and follow it as well. What I'll say for me watching your streams, I like that you use the green screen and you have something moving on in the background. That's what like makes it different than the other musicians, if I'm being honest with you. Like shots fired, yes. Because like I saw Braveheart behind you. I saw the movie behind you whilst you were actually playing it. Which yeah, that's kind of cool as well.
I
Do
do
you take
really like to.
do you
I'm
take
sorry.
requests?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I have open requests for subs, but I'm really bad at sticking to my own rules. Like at the end of the day, I really get so much enjoyment playing songs for people. So if somebody comes in a fall, they're like, oh my gosh, do you know this song? And like I do know it, but they're not a sub. I'm like, ugh, okay, I'll play it. You know, I'm a real pushover because I want to make people happy in the chat. I love music. I love sharing it. I love connecting with people on it. It's like literally my favorite thing to do in life. So so I can be persuaded if you're not a sub to play a piece. And then on Fridays, I have like follower Fridays, and followers can request pieces then too.
I noticed that you have worked out a good way to nurture and gain subscribers. What are some like techniques?
To nurture and gain subscribers? That's a good question. I honestly, I just kind of try and be myself and just, you know, if like it was a person that was around me, and I think I'm a pretty friendly person. Are those little alerts? Are you hearing those alerts, or is that just me?
I'm not hearing nothing.
Oh, okay,
That-
good. Okay, as long as it's not coming through to you, I'm getting like some alerts, so I think I'm getting some followers or something, but I'm hearing it on my end. I think whatever, it's fine. Okay, so I like to connect with people, and I like to in real life too. You know, I like to know I like to know what people like, and you know what they're about, what they're passionate about, all that kind of stuff. So so I know how to talk to people in real life, and so when I'm in a chat, I try and do that with my chat because I'm genuinely curious, like what did they do today and what are their thoughts and all of that. I'm an extrovert, so I just kind of try and do that, and I guess I don't know, I guess people like that, or they like the music.
okay.
I don't really, I don't know. What else do I do? Like I do have some perks for subs. Like I also have a lot of, I want to make my stream really, really immersive. So that's why I have like the different backgrounds depending on what I'm playing. And I have a lot of triggers that can pop up on the screen too that subs can activate. So like they can make things, you know, just like characters pop up on the screen. So you know, I offer that too. And I guess that's about it.
Yeah, because like on Twitch you have the ads. On Kick you don't. Point blank. Do you
Yeah.
want ads on your Kick channel?
I'll be honest, I don't really have like a really strong opinion on it. I would not want ads to appear at random times because that would disrupt the song. I am I don't like to have a song interrupted. So like I don't have any sound alerts at all on when I'm playing music. I don't, you know, I like to be able to finish a song out. I feel like you could be like, you don't want to get like have that magical moment broken up with an ad. So I definitely wouldn't want that if you couldn't control when the ads happened. But I'm not really eager to have them, but I'm not necessarily opposed if they were incorporated, as long as it was in a way that I could somewhat control.
Yeah, I get you. I think manual is perfect. So like if you want to do be right
Mm-hmm.
back, you just hit the add.
Exactly. Yeah.
So makes a lot of sense. And then what about the revenue? Like, do you feel the revenue on Kick is better than the revenue on Twitch?
I mean, obviously the sub splits are fantastic. And I'm on KCIP now too, which is super, super helpful. So, even though I don't have like a massive audience, sometimes it's just that little bit of the KCIP that I feel like can make up a little bit of the difference. Like if you don't hit all the subs that you wanted to that day. And I do this part time also. So, I mean, I would love to do it full time. I would love to eventually get to that point. But, I usually only stream for like 3 to 4 hours max. So it's not like I've got to hit some crazy high numbers in order to feel like successful. You know what I mean? Um, so I feel like for me, it's great on Kick. I feel like with the KCIP and the nearly 100% of subs, that's a huge difference. What I will be eager to see is when they do implement something like the bits or kicks, because as a music streamer, the culture was, I will say the culture was better on Twitch for music streamers when I left. When I first started, it wasn't there, but over time it got developed. So like if you played a song for someone, just like if you played a song for someone in real life, you would usually like put $1 or something in a tip jar, right? So I would almost always get like 100 bits or more after a song, if I played something for somebody. But now, you don't have that smaller increment available. I think once that happens, I think I'll probably be able to earn a little bit more. Why does my freaking light keep going off? I'll probably be able to earn a little bit.
Yeah, it's going against what we're doing. So I understand what you mean. You do make a good point that Kick needs more smaller revenue sources because not
Yes.
everyone can just drop $5 at a time for subs. I,
Right.
d- I, do, I do actually agree with you. Also, I like how like on Twitch they have that hype train that just keeps on in the chat. It just keeps on growing, growing, growing,
Yes.
something like
Yes.
this. So let's get to that point. What are some things you'd like to see improved, you think, in Kick?
Well, definitely like as they get the API stuff worked out. Like as a musician, we use something called Streamer Song List, which is super super helpful. So like because I have like 1,000 songs in my song list, and I have them all organized by like the decade or the style or the game or whatever, and so people can easily sort through them. Right now, you can go to the link and sort through them and see what it is, but you can't get it added. I have to have a moderator manually add it in. But on Twitch, all they had to do was just type it in the chat and it would automatically get on there. And you could like do little commands, see the list, and all that kind of little stuff, which is super helpful for music streamers. So I'm eager to have that more than anything. And then, like I said, like the bits. And then I mean, honestly, that's pretty much all I need. I don't need a whole lot. So that's all I kind of would like to see. But I'm not a super techie person. I've had to learn tech all on the way. So I'm not the best person to ask about a lot of that. I will say I have felt a lot of support from Kick, so I think they've done a great job in supporting musicians. I got to play at the Kick booth for DreamHack in Atlanta, and so I feel like they have, they'll put me on front page. I feel like they have supported me and done pretty much everything they can do. So I don't really feel like I'm being like I need more attention or anything like that. I think it's kind of up to me at this point. I will say I get very irritated with some of the attitudes of streamers on Kick, where I feel like they have this real sense of entitlement that somehow Kick is supposed to make them famous. And the reality is streaming's really hard work, and you have to like diversify your content, and you just got to do it. If you really want to do something with it, you're just gonna have to put a lot of time and energy into it, and there's just no way around that. Like you can't just expect to have a platform just make you famous. So
I think that too. I also think like the viewership on Kick isn't at that high level yet. So you need to go bring people, like posting your clips on TikTok, on X, things like this.
yeah, I do talk
Talk
a lot,
talk
Ferris.
talking about piano. Have you
Yes.
tried like TikTok? You know how many people I see, but the style isn't the same like what you're doing, right? But what's famous on TikTok is people who like in the mall, they'll have a piano. They just walk to the piano, sit down, start playing, and it's amazing, like amazing version of it. And then people look, oh my god, what just happened? Those TikToks do millions. Have you tried
I
doing anything like this?
know. Like, I mean, to be honest, I feel like it's always so staged, so it kind of irritates me. I know there's probably a lot of like, I don't know if I should say gimmicks, that might not be the right word, but I know I know there's a lot of things I could do, especially as a female streamer. If I wanted to be big, I could be big, but I want to stay, integrity is really important to me. I want to stay kind of true to myself and just as much as possible. And even if that is at the cost of my fame, I'm not even really searching for fame, but my growth, then I'm going to do it. And I've got that stubborn streak in me. So, and I know that's not really the same thing, but I feel like some of those videos are just like, oh, this person randomly came from nowhere and just started, and then hey, they're happening to be an amazing singer who just joined in right behind them. It just like, that's not likely, but okay. And then somebody just happened to be recording the whole thing. It just bugs me, And I know that I know that sometimes you can kind of set that aside and know that it was probably staged and still enjoy it. But anyway, so no, I'm
I
probably not going
get
to do
you. I
that.
get you. I think being
So yeah.
authentic is so important as a live streamer. So I can understand. I can understand what you mean by that, basically. Then when you did play Destiny, I'm just pulling some questions that Chad asked earlier. When you did play Destiny, which character was your main? Was it the Hunter, Titan, or Warlock?
Hunter.
Why?
I like to be out on my own. I don't know. I've always kind of been that way. So I like just the lore of the hunter. I identify with that, but also I love the hunter jump. Hunter jump was great. I never could really get the warlock jump and the titan jumps down as well as the hunter. And the hunter was just really quick, and I like the guns, so yeah.
Guys, whenever you played a raid in Destiny, it was always the Warlock that was. You have to wait for the Warlock because the Warlock would be dying a lot.
Yes, the jumps too. The jumping puzzles were brutal.
Facts, facts. But then the Hunter has less health, so you got to know what you're doing, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, then switching from that to IRL. Like I met you through you watching IRL. When did you start watching IRL streams?
I only watch them from time to time. I do have a little bit of a weird fascination with them because they're crazy. Okay. IRL is a crazy world. I'm sure you all know that. So, I don't know. Sometimes I'm just like, yeah, this isn't, I see like a little bit of the appeal. I can't watch it very long, but sometimes I do find it kind of amusing. Honestly, what I want to do is I want to get a hold of all those people and be like, can I just talk to you? And can I just give you some life advice, please? Like let me help you. That's what I want to do. So not that I think I'm some expert, but I think I have some wisdom I could impart with them. But it's it's just, I don't know, it's interesting. So I only watch it from time to time, but I enjoy your show because you can kind of just get to the highlights. I get bored with a lot of the downtime stuff.
I get you, yeah, but you see, for me and Quillians, like some of the people that do clipping, we have to sit through like degenerates. Like we have to sit through hours
Mhm.
upon hours to find the clips, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So who is your favorite IRL streamer, you would say? Or one that you see yourself watching a lot?
Um well, I met Action Man in person, so I've watched him a little bit more. Um but I have watched some of Ice Poseidon a little bit more recently.
Wow, so you met Action Man in person.
I don't think he remembers. He was extremely drunk, but yes, I did meet him. I met him at the fousey fight at DreamHack.
Okay, so
He was
how was
there.
that? How was that?
it was crazy. When I walked in there, I felt like I was like in some movie. It was like it was kind of scary. I was actually with kick staff at that point. So I felt a little bit protected, because I'm a girl. I don't have like a gun on me or anything. So I was a little like, what is going on here? And it looked like some underground um super shady place. It looked, and I'm just not used to shady places anyway, but it was kind of cool. Like I felt like I was on a movie set. I wasn't there very long though. I don't really like watching a lot of fighting either. It's scary. I want to see people getting hurt. So I wasn't really like up close and watching everything. I was kind of like standing back. But the energy was very intense there. And I do enjoy being in just around like, you can feel that energy and just interesting situations. And then Action Man came up. He was talking to Kick Staff, but like I met him at that and talked a little bit with him at that point too. And yeah. It was fun. The whole time at DreamHack was a blast. Have you gone before to DreamHack?
Nope.
Yeah,
it's
really
I've watched
fun.
a lot of DreamHack. I've watched a lot of it. So, but then again, you see, people think, or people have said to me that DreamHack tends to be more networking. What was your experience with like as a whole?
Well, I've been to a lot of conventions over the years, and I've played at a lot of conventions, and I go to network. Like that's definitely my goal. To have fun too. So, but yeah, no, I think that should be, if you're a content creator and you go to convention, that should definitely be your goal. And it doesn't need to be like you can do it in an authentic way. Like I'm not going to network with people that I don't like and pretend that I like them because I like want to get their raids or something. But there's something to be said about meeting other streamers in person and actually having like good conversation and feeling like you really connect with them. And you can kind of carry that connection when you leave, and you can do more collabs or raids or whatever. And so I do think that's really important. Some of my closest friends, I feel like they are my closest friends because I hung out with them at DreamHack in real life. It's different.
I follow
meeting
you.
people like that. Yeah.
How
and
about
then also you get to.
Did you talk to
What's that?
Fousey? You went to the event, right? Did you
I
talk
didn't.
to
I
Fousey?
wanted to meet him, but no, he was in the middle with the rink and doing everything, so I wasn't gonna like go up and like, hey. So
I
I
only
let him
say
do his
this
thing.
too because some streamers are high energy, right? Completely high energy. So I'm wondering how you deal with that. Like even Action Man.
I actually deal with very strong personalities, I think, pretty well. I think I'm not really scared off by strong. I am fascinated by strong personalities. I like people that have, just a larger life personality, and they have these big opinions and all that kind of stuff. I find them really interesting. And I think I'm not very sensitive. I don't get rattled very easily. So I'm kind of good with more extreme personalities because I can kind of like, I think I have a little bit more of a calming effect, and I don't know. I'm not scared off by them. So I would have loved to have met him. I think it would have been fun. Maybe one day.
I can definitely see that happening because like he met Hannah like twice, and now he calls Hannah like almost every stream. So I can definitely see that happening, guys. So let's go to the last part of this. What else do you do other than playing the piano on Kick?
Well, I have actually started some IRL streams. IRL streams still at my house. I don't have the capabilities to stream outside without internet here, but I've been doing cooking streams and gardening streams. So I'm going to do a little bit more of those. Music is still going to always be my main thing. And I am a guest on other people's podcasts and stuff from time to time too. But music will always be my main. That's what I want to be. That's what I feel like called to do in life. That's what I've always done in life. That's what I want to do until I die. So I definitely want to always keep music as my primary. But I think if I have to do other things, then I might as well stream it and talk to people while I do it. So I love gardening. I have a huge rose and pollinator garden in my backyard. I tell people I'm entering my grandma stage, but I love gardening. And so I'm going to do that anyway. And then I got to cook. So Might as
I
well go ahead
think
and stream
there's
it.
only one other channel I can think of that does gardening on Kick. I can't remember the name, but I'm being honest with you. There's a guy that was in the front page
Yes.
program doing gardening. So
Yes.
that's kind of cool.
It's he's got gardening in his name, and I don't know why I'm like completely blanking on it right now. If somebody knows in chat, say it, type it out, because he's a great guy. I've met him in person too. I'm just so bad at remembering names.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't know anyone, like I don't know if people have told you things like this. Like I know of her not because of even joining Kick or anything like this. I don't know if she knows this, but her name within Destiny is like a legend. Like I don't know if you know this. Like I was playing a raid on Destiny. We kept on dying at Crota over and over again. And then one guy played your music whilst we were just sitting in a circle, just waiting to start again after wiping so many times. And then if you check the Destiny, like right now they have a easier way, right, to find other players. But before this, it wasn't like that. People used to be using like the Destiny Bungie app and LFG and stuff like this. And I remember when you searched the forum, people would be posting your videos, like you playing the music. Like, so it's kind of crazy. That's why when I saw you on Kick, I was like, holy shit. I was surprised. I really was surprised that I didn't even
Yeah,
know you
it was,
stream. That's what I'm saying. I didn't even know I knew you for the videos, you know?
yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, the Destiny community was my family for a really long time. You know, so that's why it's like it's just honestly feeling like I kind of got pushed out of that community is literally probably one of the most painful things I've had to deal with. Because it was like friends that I had for years, you know. And I was also that's why you do need to be careful about diversifying, because you do never know what could happen. You know, I put a lot of time and energy into Destiny community, and I wanted to, but you know, if I got suddenly, you know, pushed out from that, then it was like that all kind of crumbled, and it's like, okay, well now what? You know, so it's honestly been rebuilding since I've been over here on Kick. I still feel like I'm in the process of rebuilding, but it's okay. I like new chapters, and it is what it is. I mean, it sucked to go through that, but you learn a lot of lessons along the way, and you learn
True,
how you want to do things
true.
differently.
Man, I'm sorry that happened to you, but I understand what you're saying. Like, if you start to, like for me, right, I do a lot of clip stuff, a lot of that kind of stuff, but in April, I'm going to expand to do other things as well, like movies, music, other things. And I could have an opinion on something that could trigger people. I understand what you're saying. That can
Yeah.
cause some kind of issues to come from it. I did see a good clip which I will show later on the docket where you were cooking and like something just flew on you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that happened a couple days ago. It was really hot. It was I was making a Cuban dessert called natilla. It was my grandmother used to make it, and it was really hot and bubbling up. And I had just put it on a different a burner that was off. It was still bubbling, and then just like hit me right in the face. But you know what? I felt like I earned my IRL badge. Like, yes, I got injured on an IRL stream. I'm ready for the big leagues. I'm coming for you, Action Man, and Ice Poseidon, watch out. So no, it
Would
was
you like,
funny.
let's say if Ice Poseidon said, "Okay, I'm doing an event and any kick streamer can join." Would you go?
I mean, I think I probably need a little more details about it, but I'm usually game for a lot. So I probably I would love to be able to get to know the IRL streamers more. I think it'd be fun. I like talking to people. You know, I don't know how I would fit in, because I'm definitely not. I think I'm a little bit of the opposite of a lot of the females that are kind of featured on a lot of those streams. But I don't know. Maybe there's a part for a a wise older female streamer. I don't know. That can like be the voice of reason.
I mean, for me personally, I've seen different kinds of people join Ice Poseidon. It's not
Mm-hmm.
always like high energy craziness. Like you look at Abs, ABZ, he's like a normal dude. and he streams
Yeah.
now with Ice Poseidon. So it is possible.
Yeah.
I would say actually someone actually asked in the chat if Ice Poseidon said come to on the Japan tour right now, would you do it?
On the Japan tour, I think if I did it, would have to be like for a short amount of time. Because I do have like, I mean, I'd have to like see. I don't know. I mean, I do have obligations here, and I'd have to kind of work that out. But I'd love to. Like, if it was like for a week, absolutely. If it was like for 2 weeks, probably so. If it was for a month, I don't think I could swing that. But maybe I could.
That's true.
You know.
That you are
But I
right what you're
probably,
saying. Because if
but
you
I
look at
could
the
for like a short amount of time.
if you look at the IRL streamers, they tend to be jumping around every single week. They don't attach themselves to their homes, apartments, things like this.
Yeah. Yeah, that is the, I'd have to be kind of like if I ever were to enter the IRL world, it would be like a guest who's on occasionally. I couldn't be like a regular. Because I do have piano students here too, and like I couldn't abandon them. I love my piano students. So like there's definitely, I definitely have ties here where I'd have to be back here at some point. But I love to travel. So like the idea of being able to get away for like a week or two, or maybe on the outside like 3 weeks, I would completely be down for that. That would be a blast.
That would be good. Yeah, I think
Mm-hmm.
well when you were at DreamHack, I think there was a few people that were advertising the backpacks. You know those IRL backpacks?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
I know.
but the problem is it's so pricey to get those backpacks.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'd love to get one of those at some point.
Yeah, that'd
But
be
I
good
think
as
they're
well.
like 1,500 or something.
Yeah, and also it's like it doesn't work always smooth. Sometimes I see people like our favorite penguin Suspendas. He likes to use a backpack, and he usually gets F screens, with the server many times, or his
Mm-hmm.
screen goes gray, something like this as well. So you said you have students that you do lessons with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does like I'm just asking a streamer question. Do you ever feel like you have burnout as a streamer?
I feel like I will get a whiff of it, and then if I do, I just take a day off from streaming or two, and then I'm fine again. So I am not a stickler for a schedule. I do have a schedule. I follow it loosely, but I know for me, I need to always feel like I'm in ultimate control of this. I like to feel like if something comes up, or if I feel like I don't want to do it. I'm not going to do it. No, I'm not beholden to anyone. I think that's what draws a lot of people into content creation, is that they can be their own boss. And so I do think it's important to have somewhat of a schedule for growth. But I also know for me, and I don't know if this is necessarily a good quality of mine, but this is just how I am, is that I can feel boxed in really, really easily. I need to always feel like I have my independence. And so if I do start to feel that way, I give myself a little bit of a break. And so it never gets to the point where I feel like I experience real burnout. You know what I mean? But I think that if I pushed through all those times, I would maybe get to burnout. But that's me, and some people really need that rigidity in their schedule to keep them going. And, everyone's different, but I know that's how I work. So that's what I do.
I mean, it's a good mindset. I've had burnout quite a few times. That's why I like to ask different people how they actually go around it, that as well.
Yeah, I will say I think that if you take a break, you don't need to make a big show of it. Like sometimes people use Twitter or X, I guess, as like their personal diary, and they go on these long explanations about how burnt out they are, and blah 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 blah. I don't really think that's the way to do it, honestly. You kind of want to not get to that point and just like a quick little message like, hey guys, can't get a video out today, see you tomorrow. No one needs some kind of long explanation about it,
Yeah, I
I
get you,
just
like an
kind of
update. Like
Yeah,
you update
I
people.
personally don't like that. I mean, I'm sorry if it's a little too opinionated. I don't want to piss anyone off who has done this, but sometimes it feels like people are just like searching for all this validation back and, and it's just, ugh, I just can't stand that stuff. Like, I think you're in the wrong industry if you constantly need validation as a content creator. It's just too hard. It's just too hard. Like, you just need to know who you are. You need to do your content, do the best you can, and what happens, happens. So,
I think
anyway,
one of my
personally.
mods, like Quillian's, you think like that. He's told me that so many times. He's told me that so many times.
Yeah.
How do you deal with the toxicity and hate? Do you get any hate on Kick?
I don't care.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good mindset.
I don't care. I'm so past that stuff. I don't know. I just don't. I think, again, for whatever reason, I've always had a very strong sense of self. And not to say that I don't feel insecure at moments, but for the most part, I think I'm a pretty awesome person. And so I don't really care what some random person's going to say about me. And I think everyone needs to really kind of work on themselves, feel like they're very happy with who they are. And if you really truly feel like you are doing the best you can and you're doing great, then who cares what people say? So, um, I mean, I definitely have gotten toxicity, Ignia. I definitely do. Sometimes y'all don't see it. But and I definitely did on X. So it all that does definitely does happen, but you just kind of have to let it, just ignore it. Be just know who you are and just keep doing your thing.
That's really good advice. I deal with this shit every single day. So yeah, that's really good advice. I really do appreciate you, and I want to thank you so much for coming here and talking to us today. And also, just remember something. This is not the end. Like, what I want to do is I'm gonna cut this up and put this on YouTube, and then also, if you're available in the future, like, see, in April I'm gonna be doing Kick full time. I'm gonna be moving to another country and setting up. I'm gonna be doing more things than just clips. I'm gonna do a show where it's like I review music stuff and I review movie stuff. So that is when I like to hit you up that at that point where I can like show some of your new music and stuff like this. Maybe you come on and you talk about some of the music that you're working on. Like, so
Sure.
it can push you in that direction. As you said, you want to be a straight musician on Kick, and I hope Kick gets behind you, man. Like, you should be
They
a
already
DreamHack.
are.
You should be on the stage playing a DreamHack. I mean, like this.
I would love to play a DreamHack again, but I don't know if they are. I also don't want to monopolize the time at DreamHack too. I want other content creators to have a shot too. So I've already put that out there. I'm like, anytime y'all want me, I'm happy to perform. But I don't know if they're gonna want to cycle through other people too. What I really would like to do is just DreamHack. Just go ahead and hire me too, so I don't have to rely on Kick, because I love playing at conventions. I love that, having people come by and play music for them. I just love it. I don't really gain a whole lot. You think I'd gain all these followers and stuff. I don't really gain a whole lot, but it's just, I enjoy it. So that's what I would like to just actually be hooked up with DreamHack, so I don't have to rely on Kick. But I do feel like Kick is behind me, and I don't think I could ask for more. They've been great.
Yeah, that's a W. As I said, like right now, the music scene needs more people. I think I told you that too. The music scene actually needs more people, so it's good. And you can also do the collabs, right? There's some streamers that just do singing. Like, let me give you an example. I'm just putting a little seed in your mind, okay? Imagine if you played the piano and BB just was singing. Imagine that combination, guys.
Yeah.
That would hit.
Yeah, I haven't talked to her about that, but we do know each other. So I'll have to let her know if she ever wants some piano backing. I'd be happy to do something for her. But I mean, there are some conversations that are happening behind the scenes that I haven't talked about publicly because they're still kind of in the works. But collabs are incoming. I think everybody's sort of still been finding their footing here on Kick, and I know I sort of want to establish my stream a little bit more, but I mean, I really am trying to make moves. I'm trying to collab with a lot of people. I will say sometimes it's a little tricky as a girl, because you don't want to be labeled a pick me, but I also have a very intense drive for success, and I'm always wanting to push and collab and all that sort of stuff. So it's hard to find that line between like not being putting your stuff out there, but you're not being annoying about it. And that's tough. And people want to sometimes, I think, be very quick to just like, oh no, you're trying to get something out of me. Well, it's like, well, I'm trying to collab. We can both kind of get something out of this. I just want to work with you. So it's hard to always figure out how to
I follow
navigate
you.
that.
Like it's what you said,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Some
hard.
streamers could be also be divas, right? So as soon as you want to collab with them, they're like, no.
Right.
Actually, you need this follow account. You need this number of chatters before I even speak to
Right.
you.
Exactly. So that's always been tough for me, like from the get-go with Twitch even, when I started on there. And I think it's hard for any content creator. I think it's just tough in general for everybody to kind of figure that out, because there's so many content creators out there to collab, and everyone's just got different ideas about it. So, but I am trying, and hopefully we'll get some stuff to work out.
Yeah, definitely. I think the sky's the limit. See the sky behind her. Sky's the limit for you as well.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you
For
so
you
much. Thank you so much, Lady Desiree. Guys, we're gonna keep her pinned, Quillians. You guys can go follow her. When is your next stream? You can tell people right now. When is your next stream?
Actually, I was thinking about doing an IRL stream later today, but I haven't worked that out. My IRL streams are a little bit more like sporadic. But my next music stream is going to be tomorrow afternoon. So at 2:00 Eastern. I stream on Mondays and Fridays at 2 p.m. Eastern time zone. And then I stream on Wednesday and Thursday mornings, right around this time, actually. Yeah. Well, about 10 a.m. Eastern. And usually for like 3 to 4 hours, sometimes longer if I can. But it's hard in sitting at the piano for a lot of hours. You have to kind of be careful about that, because you sit on a piano bench, you don't have a rest, so my arms can get tired. I've gotten tendonitis before from playing too much, so I have to be cautious about long streams at the piano.
Oh dang, yeah, your fingers, right? You're moving it in so many different directions. So I get you.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I will see you again soon.
As I said,
keep in contact, guys. Go follow her one more last time. Go follow her.
Thank you to chat too. Chat was great. I appreciate.
Yeah, for most part they were behaving for the most part.
Yeah, they were great. Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. Okay, guys, there you go. We have pulled off the interview. So I told you guys need to give me credit. We can do it. Let me send a message though.